What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and we're here today for our second to last Madden 20 rebuild on the channel. We're at the end of the road, the final AFC team. Today, it is your Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the New York Jets. A team that, I'll tell you right now, if you've been paying attention on Twitter, if you pay attention to my foreshadowing of Madden 21, we got three teams that could very well be in contention for our Madden 21 franchise. And the Jets are one of those teams. So maybe we can get a sneak preview of how life would be if I do decide to make the Jets my Madden 21 team. Taking a look here at our roster. We got Sam Darnold at quarterback, 77 overall with a star dev. I think he still has potential. I think he has a chance to be one of the most talented USC quarterbacks ever. And maybe break the mold of USC quarterbacks being awful in the NFL. Like, when was the last good USC quarterback not named Carson Palmer? They've all been duds. Sanchez, no. Matt Barkley, no. I feel like there's a bunch of other ones off the top of my head I can't think of. All those guys, no. But Darnold, I think Darnold definitely still has some upside. He's just been a victim of not having a whole lot of weapons around him in New York. So hopefully we can take off and hit the ground running with him as our quarterback. We have James Morgan here, our quarterback, who I slighted in the Madden 21 quarterback rookie ratings. I called him Jordan Morgan. He's James Morgan. He's our backup, whatever. Running back, we got Le'Veon Bell, 88 superstar. Still, you think one of the best running backs in the National Football League. He is 28, very expensive, but in terms of skill position, in terms of weapons, he's about as good as it gets for the New York Jets. Outside of that, we have the ageless wonder Frank Gore. We got Josh Adams and LaMichael Pirine out of Florida. They drafted very well. First draft, if you're looking at it from like just a football standpoint, looking outside of the scope of Madden, the Jets got Joe Douglas, who was essentially the Eagles' general manager during our Super Bowl win. And he had one hell of a draft for his first full draft with the Jets. Michael Pirine was a great get. At wide receiver, you have Jamison Crowder's going to be in the slot. For whatever reason, injuries kind of were on. So I have Bellamy and Anunwa are hurt. They're not going to play. You got Brashad Perriman, who had a little bit of a breakout year with the Bucks. He's going to be the speedster that can take over for Robbie Anderson. Braxton Berrios, Denzel Mims, who, while he has said some very negative things about Philadelphia, I'm not from Philly. I shouldn't take it personally, but Mims is going to have to be a big guy. I think for year one, that's with the injuries, we'll put Crowder in the slot and have Perriman and Mims on the outside. That's going to be good. If I was actually playing all those games, goddamn, it's a lot of speed. At tight end, we have Griffin. Herndon, who will be our starter at 24.75. He only has a normal dev, which is a little harsh. But, Herndon. Maybe we can develop him into something. On the offensive line, they got Mekhi Becton, freak of nature, at tackle, 6'7", 365. Goddamn 84 accelerate. I mean, my God. In terms of athletes, pure athletes in the NFL, pound for pound, literally pound for pound, he might be out there with one of the best. Outside of that, though, the O-line is not great. Trying to more so look for long-term. We're foreshadowing here 10 years. I think Becton's the only guy. We're going to have to do a whole lot of rebuilding here on the offensive line. Maybe that's why Le'Veon Bell wasn't playing like Pittsburgh Steelers Le'Veon Bell. Because if you're taking the Steelers offensive line, you're comparing that to the Jets offensive line, it's day and night. They don't even look like they play in the same league. On the defense, we got Henry Anderson, the Canadian Nathan Shepard. Quinnen Williams, a superstar dev, 78. So obviously on the D-line, he has the most upside. D-tackle, got McClendon here. Fatu Kasi at a UConn. Again, kind of a light positional group. In the linebacking core, you got Jordan Wills, Terrell Basham, Jabari Zuniga, another Gator. I'll probably actually have a little Gator bias and make Zuniga my starter at left outside linebacker. Inside, got a lot of talent. Avery Williamson, CJ Mosley, Onwuasor, and Blake Cashman. All these guys are really, really solid linebackers, but obviously Williamson and Mosley will be our starters. Right outside linebacker, we have Jordan Jenkins, serviceable, but in terms of viewing him as a long-term starter, don't know about that. What are the depth traits here? Williamson with a star. CJ Mosley. CJ Mosley probably should have a superstar. Maybe that's just me. Corner, secondary. They got Pierre Desir after he was a surprise release from the Indianapolis Colts. We got Brian Poole, another Gator in the slot. Austin, Quincy Wilson, another Gator. Bryce Hall, great value pick if he can stay healthy. Goudry was like the fastest guy at the combine. Yeah, they got some guys here. In terms of long-term plays, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Free safety, get Marcus May. Another Gator, Ashton Davis. Great pick out of Cal. But Marcus May, for the time being, will be our starter. I think he's one of the more underrated safeties. He was really good at Florida. Then you have Jamal Adams. Will he not get traded? Who knows? Looks like they're still siding on the side of trading, but I don't know. But for right now, I have no plans of trading Jamal Adams. And unless he gets traded between part 1 and part 2 of this rebuild, I'm probably going to keep him on a roster because he's that damn good. I think the best strong safety in the National Football League. Also, shout out to getting Braden Mann. They got like the best punter. Probably pound for pound the best special teamer in the 2020 draft. The Jets also found a way to get it. So really, really good draft. Some solid young players here, but a lot of work to get done. That's why we saved it for last, because they are going to be a true rebuild. We have to find a way to rebuild this Jets team and to try to get them back to the Super Bowl in like 90 years or something like that. Since it was like, what, the Joe Namath, was Super Bowl 2 or 3? So we got our work cut out for us, but optimism is high that at least we won't get fired like we have for the last 3 rebuilds. Bye week of year 1, 5-5. It's not bad. 3-way tie for first place between us, the Bills, and the Dolphins. Patriots at the bottom. What a sight to see. If that actually happened in 2020. That'd be actually kind of crazy. Contracts. Well, we do have money. We do have money to spend. Let's see. No. Maybe. What does he want? 3 years? 29. Okay. No. Yes, Gator buys, but keep him to his 30. 29 even. It's not even 30. So good. That's a good contract. No. Yes, sir. Even though we do have, now this is where it gets a little annoying because we do have a young stud at a Cal that's sitting behind Marcus May, but only 2-year deal. It's very affordable, very reasonable. And then we got Avery Williamson in the middle here. Keep him till he's 32. Should hold on to his rating. We'll come back with another offer because I see at the end of that 4 years, he'll still probably be like, 78, 79. That's not bad. So at the end of year 1, 8-8. Got the wild card. Got a divisional title. Cool. The trend of weird sim results, it literally feels like it's been like the last 8 seasons of sim that we've done have just been dumb, stupid. But either way, 8-8. It's the AFC least this season. Well, we had some hidden dev traits for some of our rookies here. Mekhi Becton came out star dev. Denzel Mims came out star dev. Don't know if we had any on the defense. We did not. So we got 2 star devs there. Looking at the stats, how did we win the division? Well, Sam Darnold, 4th in yards. Was 4,200 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 picks. It's not bad. It's definitely not a bad year. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, yes, sir. That's really, really good. We got over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns for Denzel Mims. We got 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns for Crowder, who's in the slot. Almost 804 for Perryman. That's not bad. 620 and 3 for Herndon is also not that bad. Defensively, C.J. Mosley, tackle machine, 121 tackles, 7 TFLs, 4 sacks on the season. We got 9 from Jenkins, 7.5 Williamson, 7 from Jabari Zuniga, the rookie. 2 picks, Brian Poole of the team. Definitely want the interceptions to be up there a little bit. Yearly awards, we're actually the #1 offense in the National Football League. Kill. 21st defense. Yearly awards, MVP went to Carson Wentz. Any year that it's someone that's not Josh Allen, Cam Newton, Ryan Tannehill, it's a good year for your MVP. For the rest of the AFC, Baker Mayfield's Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year went to Von Miller. Any Jets, Le'Veon Bell was the #1 running back. He's only a superstar, so that could get him up to an X Factor, which is probably where I wouldn't feel bad about him being an X Factor. Wouldn't feel like it's unrealistic. That'd be pretty cool come season's end. But first, we have to go up against Lamar Jackson in the Baltimore 12-4 Ravens in the wild card as a severe underdog. Well, I'm 8-8 team in the playoffs, so I think 90% we're going to win. That's my confidence right now. Bet the house. I'll bet my house that we're going to win. All right, we kicked the field goal up 3-zip, 6-zip. All right. And they're long field goals. I'm not super upset. It's not like we've gone to the red zone and settled for 2 field goals. Then we get a long touchdown there to enter halftime with a lead. Cool, man. Our defense come to play. Number 21 ranked defense is holding Lamar Jackson in check. It's a rainy game. You'd figure that would favor the Ravens because they like to run the ball. But we also have Le'Veon Bell. We like to run the ball too. And it's looking pretty good to be betting the house on the 8-8 team against the 12-4 team because Madden is stupid. The sim is awful. But we used it to our advantage. 142 yards, Le'Veon Bell. Clean game from Darnold. And the Jets, the 8-8 Jets knock out the 12-4 Ravens 33-24. 20. The divisional round, we have the 13-3 Browns. And Baker Mayfield was very good this year, the offensive player of the year. So, you know, we already got our one win. It helps out our job security. And let's just see if we can bite off a little more. Darnold versus Mayfield. It's a big battle, man. 13-7. We're up 6. Cleveland gets the touchdown. We need some points here. Come on. Let's go, boys. Oh, how'd we get 0? We were in the red zone. Come on. Touchdown, 2.21 apiece. And we have 2:18. The final chance. We punted away. And we're going to cost ourselves the chance to win because we didn't go for it on 4th down. I'm coming in for one play. I'm just coming in for one play. And I'm not going to do a Hail Mary, but I'm going to do a 4 verts. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to figure out which one of these guys is Denzel Mims. I'm going to close my eyes, and that's who we're throwing it to. And Mims is right there in the slot. He's our target. Even though, I mean, Perriman also could be a legit option. But we're going to go to Mims. He beat him. No, Darnold, don't overthrow. Let's go. Denzel Mims. Outstanding. 75 yards. Verts till it hurts. On the final play of the game. The Jets have done it. The 8-8 Jets are in the championship game because I said so. Through good teams. This is a 12-4 Chargers team in the championship. I'm not hopping in or playing because we had, you know, we put our hand in against the Browns. This one here, it's gonna have to be the Jets. The Jets want to make the Super Bowl. It's gonna have to be this 8-8 Jets team making it on their own. And we are up 10 points, 17 points going into halftime. Oh my God, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl in year 1. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm talking way too much here because we can't assume that yet. But we might win the Super Bowl with an 8-8 year 1 Jets rebuild. We're in the Super Bowl, which is insanity. On the back of Le'Veon Bell, 38 points. Le'Veon Bell, 141 yards. Decent game from Darnold, 2 touchdowns. But I don't know how we're doing this, but we're doing it. All right. In the Super Bowl, 8-8 against the 10-5-1 Niners. I want to see, do we get any dev traits from any of our players? Yes, sir. Le'Veon Bell. X Factor. Which one did he get? First one, free. Decent. We didn't get anything else on the offense. I don't really think anyone's play warranted one. On the defense, I don't think we got any. Oh, yes, we did. CJ Mosley. Mosley was a star. Now he's up to a superstar. So the two guys that debatably could have had dev traits that were higher when we started, got them in year 1. Let's win the Super Bowl. That's why not? Why not an 8-8 Jets team win the Super Bowl? Huh? Gonna play. In year 1, I want at least a little bit of a chase. But if we're gonna do it year 1, might as well. We've had 3 shitty rebuilds in a row. Would love to just get another win in the dub column. It's a rainy game. Niners offense are doing nothing. Jimmy Garoppolo, $100 million quarterback, has yet. Oh, this is going to be a Super Bowl win year. This is going to be our weirdest one, I think. If we end up winning this game, which we're up 21-0, instant, we're going to win. Jet fans, you could win according to Madden with that roster that you're having. Oh, no, we got to choke this. Ah! There you go! According to Madden, Jet fans. With the team that Joe Douglas has helped build last year, you could very well win the Super Bowl. That'd be the most 2020 year thing ever. 2020's been like, I don't know. Has it been worse than the 9/11 year? 2001? It's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close. 2020 might be the worst year of my existence. Of my 20, I don't know how old I am now. 27, 26, soon to be 27 years on this earth. And the most fitting way for real football to return is the Jets to somehow win the Super Bowl. Well, we're playing with house money. Darnold is your MVP, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. We got 9 more years to go of this. What have we learned? Offensive line means nothing. I am starting to lean towards that. I don't know why, but the shittier O-line is, the better you do in the sim. That is my tinfoil hat theory for this, to try to explain how we just did this and accomplished this. Our O-line is horrific. I don't think we have, 2 guys over a 70? Becton and Brian Winters? Well, no, 2 guys over a 75, we'll say. So, yes, sir. I mean, Garoppolo actually played well. We're kind of dogging him a little bit there. He gave it all in the second half, fourth quarter. But 135 yards, Le'Veon Bell. Darnold wins the What? This is so weird. But we're taking it as a Super Bowl dub. It's beautiful. Man, just thinking about it. The last 3 rebuilds that we've got fired on. Vikings, Chiefs, and Seahawks. But didn't make a Super Bowl. Didn't even win one. In year 1 with the Jets, the team I thought was going to be the hardest challenge that we had left. Year 1, it's so weird. There are some big names here in free agency. We do have a little bit of money, but I'm going to be a little conscientious here. We're just going to go after Mike Hilton, 83, scheme fit, star dev corner. They're kind of going to try to shore that up just a little bit. Every other place, it was overpaying. I was really kind of looking here. Wide receiver, I mean, we signed Juju before. I'm not interested in bringing a guy like 4 or 5 times in different rebuilds. But I was looking here on the O-line, just getting 1-year type guys. Trey Turner, we just recently signed him, but I think, you could argue that, maybe getting Trent, but he wants 3 years. I don't want him until he's 36, And I kind of want to stick with the theme of a shitty O-line's great in the sim. It's just, there's no factual evidence that that's true, but it's also not true. I was thinking maybe about Hassan Riddick, an outside linebacker, but again, that's just too much money, and there's already a big bid on there from the Giants. So yeah, we'll get hopefully Mike Hilton. That's a solid corner upgrade, and then dominate the draft. So for this draft, I need to preface by saying no idea. It's been so long since I've touched anything to know about dev traits. That being said, we simmed it out here after the Lorenzo Neal. We actually got Kadarius Toney 65 and Banks, but in the 5th round here, we got Hamilcar Rashed Jr., really, really talented edge rusher from Oregon State, 67, hidden dev. We got in the 4th round, Adam Anderson, outside linebacker, hidden dev, 68. We got TJ Vasher in the 3rd round, gigantic wide receiver, Texas Tech, 66, hidden dev, scheme fit. 2nd round, we got Fedarian Mathis, 70, hidden dev, out of Alabama, scheme fit. And in the 1st round, we got Shaka Toney, outside linebacker from Penn State, 69, hidden dev. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hidden dev trait players with our first 5 picks. I'll tell you right now, the only player I knew had a dev trait was Adam Anderson because I signed him in probably like 3-4 rebuilds ago and he had a star dev, and I guessed that he had a dev trait. So yeah, pretty happy with that draft. I don't know if there's a fairly good shot that they're all just star dev players, but I will take that. Enter year 2 as your reigning defending Super Bowl champions. We're 79 overall, which is an upgrade from where we were a year ago. On the offense, in terms of changes, nothing. I don't think we have a single new starter. Le'Veon Bell obviously went up dev trade. I think he regressed a little bit, which wouldn't surprise me. He is 29. But offense is back. Your Super Bowl winning offense is back. Starter for starter. Looking at the defense here on the front 3, we changed it up a little bit. I'm actually going to go Fedarian Mathis over Fadukasi as our starting nose tackle, just because he has the hidden dev trait and the upside there. We brought in Mike Hilton in the secondary in free agency. We got a lot of talent at linebacker. Hidden dev. I actually made Anderson a middle linebacker. Just, he's not a scheme fit outside, so maybe he's a closer scheme fit inside, and Williamson and Mosley. It's good to have maybe some guy with some upside that could be a successor there, but Shaka Toney will be starting at right outside linebacker, Zuniga at left outside. Still got, Jamal Adams doing his thing. Generally speaking, though, it's a very similar team who won the Super Bowl. Why can't we do it again? So here in year 2, coming out of the bye, 1-6. Defending Super Bowl champions, 1-6. Won the Super Bowl, and we won the Super Bowl, and the 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl have a combined record of 1 win and 13 losses. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life, in any simulation. Obviously, things could change the second half of the season, but that is, come on. Okay, contracts. Pretty much a shit show over the year, but let's pay Jamal Adams pretty much whatever he wants. He's a franchise player. We'll come back for him. Crowder, replaceable. Herndon, replaceable. I mean, we shouldn't just let everybody walk, I guess. So if we had to pick and choose, I would say Herndon is the most likely to get a contract here. And of course, he wants more fucking money. All right, we'll pay Adams and Herndon. So as the year ended, we actually kind of made it slightly respectable. We won 5 games in a row, and then we just kind of lost the last 3 of the regular season. But 6-10, hey, at least it wasn't 1-7. The Niners also won a couple games. But my God, the midway point, the 2 Super Bowl teams having 1 win combined. Garbage! Absolute garbage. So let's look. We had a bunch of dev traits, hidden dev traits for our rookies. We don't see Vasher, but I'm pretty sure it's a star for Vasher. He was the one guy in offense. Defensively, let's see. Tony star dev, Rashid star dev, Anderson star dev, Mathis star dev. You get a star dev. You get a star dev. Would have been nice to get a superstar surprise in there. Darnold was, from a yards, 6th in yards. It's not. Not a brutal year, not a great year either, not a prolific year. Le'Veon Bell was solid, 1,200 yards, 14 tutties, over 1,000 yards for Jamison Crowder. Mims acceptable. Herndon, solid numbers for a guy we just gave a 5-year contract to, 680 and 7. Defensively, Mosley, good year, 117 tackles, 10 TFLs, 3 interceptions, over 100 tackles for a pool. Usually, when a corner goes over 100 tackles, they do go up a dev trait, so that'd be kind of cool. Sacks way down. This year, no one had good sack numbers. Mike Hilton, though, that would look like a great investment in free agency. 94 tackles, 3 interceptions, 6 PBUs. For the awards, MVP went to Tannehill, because of course. Any Jets? Le'Veon Bell, best running back yet again. And that's about it. So your Super Bowl champions go 6-10 in year 2. But at least we have some job security built up. I don't think we have to worry about getting fired anytime soon. For free agency, we don't have a lot of money, so we got to kind of be conscientious. And I think it's time that we maybe start picking at the offensive line just a little bit. And we're going to go in here on Orlando Brown Jr. Either he's going to come to us or the Patriots. He's going to come to the division either way. Nice, beating out the Patriots. That's a small victory. Landing a franchise tackle here in Orlando Brown Jr. coming over from the Baltimore Ravens. Draft class recap time. I'm happy with it. Very happy with the draft. I do want to peek at guys I did. I simmed it out after this pick in the 4th round. I pretty much cleaned out my draft board. We got a 71 tackle in the 4th. Computer did not help me out, but it kind of was free for all of bullshit to finish out for prospects. But we had a 71 tackle, a 70 D tackle, Lynn Roan with a hidden dev, scheme fit. More, in our scheme, he's going to be a D end, so we'll make him a right end right now. So there's some upside there for sure. 3rd round, we got another 70 tackle, Ed Holloway. But our big 2 picks here, we got Deshaun Stevens out of LSU, 74 hidden dev. Le'Veon Bell started to show signs of regression, so why not get a scheme fit guy that can get groomed to take over for him? He was number 11 in true talent, and look at this guy. Willis Lofton, 76 hidden dev, number 3 in true talent, wide receiver. We just lost Jamison Crowder to free agency. Really, the only wide receiver that we're happy with is Denzel Mims. So I decided to go with Willis Lofton at wideout. He looks really good. So there's 2 players. There's a D tackle and a corner that I passed on there at pick 8. I definitely want to see what happened. Lyle Powers is 1, and he's a 74. So I'll take the better rating. He is a star dev. So feeling happy about that. And then the D tackle was might have been Jackson. I think it was Jackson. It must have been. And the D tackle was Cornell Jackson out of Washington State. There's only a star dev. All right. I'm happy. Very happy with our draft. We're here for year 3. And we went from a 79 base last year up to an 82. We made some moves. We got big money tackle here in Orlando Brown. We moved Chuma Edoga into guard. Obviously, Mekhi Becton developing very nicely. I'm happy with our tackles. Herndon, I think, we can get him in the 80s. I'll be happy with that. At wide receiver, we got Mims, Lofton, Perryman. We still got TJ Vasher here, which I'm happy about. Man, the crazy thing, which we'll say, we got Le'Veon Bell. We got his potential heir here. Darnold's doing nice. Is Lawson. This is one of the guys the sim picked. Hidden dev. And they also picked a D tackle Calhoun, who we just scoffed at their ratings. But I got 2 hidden devs from the computer. So full kudos to them. On the defense, remains pretty much the same. We're going to go Roan, the D tackle. We're going to side with the D end. He will start. Mike Hilton's up to a superstar dev. May went up a dev trait as well. Linebacking core, Shakatoni, Williamson, Mosley, and Zuniga. Really hope Adams can get to that 99 club sooner than later. But I'm happy with this team, man. We definitely, I would argue this team pound for pound is better than our Super Bowl winning team. So here in year 3, come on, Jets, make the playoffs. So at the midway point of year 3, 3-3. It's not bad. It's not good. Far behind the Buffalo Bills. The good news is I saw the dev trade of our wide receiver, and it's Superstar, which is awesome. Lofted Superstar dev. Glad that we made that pick. Still don't have the dev trade for Stevens. I don't think we have the dev trade for really anyone else. It's really the D end and the D tackle that aren't playing. So contracts. First up, we got Lev Bell. I'll pretty much pay him whatever. He's been sensational. Mike Hilton has also been very surprising. See if we can give actually him a 2-year deal. We got Darnold who wants an, we pretty much have to commit to Sam Darnold at this point. May for 2 years. We don't really have much behind him, so we'll keep him. Brian Poole in a 1 year. Sure, why not? We're probably not going to, literally if we don't sign Brian Poole, he's probably still going to be corner 1 available on free agency market. So we'll look at that. I think Adoga at guard still. There's some upside there. I think he can go up to the 80s, so we'll get him on a 4-year. We'll have to come back because, of course, he wants more goddamn money. But, yeah, we're happy with our own free agents there. We'll come back on Le'Veon Bell, Brian Poole, and Chuma Edoga. All right, that's pretty awesome. We were 4-4, and I said, screw it, let's just sim it. 10-6. Nice. Great job, defense, offense, all facets of the ball. 3 teams from the East making the playoffs. Ha, everyone laugh at the Dolphins. I'm happy with that, man. Nice. Made the playoffs. I mean, we don't have he's already up to an 86. This guy's a freak. Lofton, what a draft pick. Dev trade for Rowan was star. Whatever. We got the wide receiver. We hit on the wide receiver. Wide receivers are very difficult to draft if you don't have a top 10 pick. So look at the stats here. How did we get to this point? Well, Darnold was sensational. First in yards, first in touchdowns. That's a superstar dev trade for the man we just paid 160 or 180 millions of dollars. Cool. Le'Veon Bell, nice year. 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Almost 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. 1,211 for Lofton. 1,111 for Mims. We got 8 and 6 for Perriman. 5 and 5 from Herndon. Defensively, Mosley does what he does best. Gets lots of tackles and TFLs. That's a sensational season. 11.5 sacks to Zuniga. Really, I'm happy with all. Outside of interceptions, I'm happy with all those numbers. We had the number 2 offense in the National Football League. Defensively, probably top 15. Oh, actually, second worst. Second worst defense, sorry. Wentz gets his 3rd MVP of the rebuild. Darnold coming in at number 5, even though he had first in yards, first in touchdowns, and made the playoffs. But either way, Darnold is quarterback of the... He's definitely going up a dev trade. Lofton, the rookie, wide receiver of the year. Mims coming in at 3. Sky is the limit for Lofton. I think we just drafted a sim god at wide receiver. We got to run the gauntlet here. We get to find out right away who one of the better teams are in the AFC East. Bills, Jets. Let's go. Am I scared of the Buffalo? You might ask, am I scared about the Buffalo Bills? Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to say no, even though Josh Allen is a god now in Madden. I don't know what kind of ghost patch happened, but Josh Allen is always at MVP race. So that's good to go, and that we have to go up against that in the division. They get rid of Tom Brady, and now Josh Allen's the Tom Brady in Madden anyways in the AFC East. But we're playing well here. Down 4 in the 4th quarter, everything to play for. Went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, Bills. There we go. That's probably the dagger there, unless something crazy happens. Okay. 95 yards, touchdown, 2-point conversion. Throw it to Lofton. That's coming. Don't be a running clock. Don't be a running clock. Let me get this playoff, or else eliminate this option from the goddamn game. Thank you. Where's Lofton at? Streaks. They got Trey White on him. We got Mims at the other side. Oh, I just want to go to Lofton just because. Oh, that's not a good... He did catch it, though. He catches everything. But it was too little, too late. Yeah. Too little, too late. It's getting year 4. Free agent with some decent spending money. I'm going to be a little, not frugal, but resistance to go crazy with the contracts. But Darrell Williams here at guard, only $25.79. No other bids on him. Why not? It's going to be, that's as good as any of the Madden-generated draft linemen that I would be able to draft. So there we go. Let's slowly, start to pick at the O-line. We got Orlando Brown last year. We'll get Darrell Williams this year. So looking at our draft here, I actually kind of botched the first. Wasn't even thinking about it. I mean, there was a really good wide receiver here. Marcus Dunlap looks good, physical, 71, hidden dev. But there was a tackle. Got to pick 23. I think he went in the first round. I was gonna pick the tackle, but I don't know. I was an idiot, and I didn't get him. And it's Woodley. He's a better player, but doesn't have a dev trait. So who's really laughing now? Look at the rest of the draft though. We got this guy, Torrey Pamphile. That's a weird last name, but 72 hidden dev, scheme fit, outside linebacker. I'll tell you something, man. There's something about these 5'11 linebackers. That's like a typical build of a hidden dev linebacker. I'm starting to pick up on a trend when it comes to that. We got a 70D tackle, a 69 kicker, as always. Go with the tallest kicker, who's 6'4". And then I just simmed it out. I didn't like the draft board, but now I was going to check. Sometimes the computer will be hooking us up with some hidden dev players. I really wanted a corner. There was no corners to be had, unfortunately, for when we were picking. But we got, 2 more hidden dev defensive players, or hidden dev rookie players. 1 on defense, 1 on offense. Here for the Jets. I mean, I'm honestly shocked that, we've had the success that we've had. On the offense, in terms of changes, Darnold went up to a superstar dev after being first in yards, first in touchdowns last season. Minimal regression from Le'Veon Bell. I only think 1 point. Lofton, who was a superstar dev, went up to an X Factor, got mossed based upon his performance as a rookie wide receiver of the year. Denzel Mims also went up a dev trait from star to superstar. Very happy with all of those numbers. We pair in another hidden dev, I'm really good with our wide receivers. Our offense on the first little row here feels good. Offensive line, ignore the center spot. I mean, I'm happy with our guards. I'm very happy with our tackles. Herndon's been solid. Defensively, front 3 is acceptable. We got Quinnen Williams leading the bunch, but Mathis is solid. Roan solid. Secondary, wanted to get a corner, couldn't draft one. We still got Mike Hilton leading the group. Pool's not bad. I mean, I don't think they're going to be a complete liability, but it's definitely a weakness of this team. But we're going to need Jamal Adams and Marcus May to kind of pick up for the lack of talent at the corner spot. Linebackers, Tony's developing nicely. We got Anderson and a very much regressed CJ Mosley. Look at that. Williamson and Mosley, they're pretty much at the end of the road. But once we get those contracts out the books, that's going to be good. That's going to be good for the finance department. And Zuniga here, I'm really surprised he didn't go up to a star dev after, what did he have last year? I thought he had double-digit sacks. It could be wrong. Yeah, he did. Come on. Get him off normal dev. Oh, my God. The midway point, 1-5. Okay, 1-5-1. Got a breakout scenario here for Quinnen Williams. Trying to go up to an X Factor. I mean, that'd be kind of a silver lining, I guess, if we can get another X Factor, get a X Factor. But he's in a contract year, so we're going to pay him. 5-year deal, sure. He wants more money? Of course he does. Denzel Mims, 5-year deal, worth it. That's actually somewhat reasonable, under 60 mil. We're going to have to pay a little bit more, but Becton, we'll give him 5 years. Good God, we're getting bent over here. Zuniga's played well. There we go. Perriman's gone. Mosley's gone. Davis. See, that's where we're getting to that's a very affordable deal. And I think, yeah, let's do something like that. 4-year, Ashton Davis. Probably can let the rest of these guys. Why is everyone bending us over, though? Zuniga, really, Zuniga's the only guy that signed. Becton, Mims, and Quinnen Williams all want more money, but pretty much, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Have to pay them. So, a very bipolar Jets team. We know the record was going to be bad. We did finish out the year halfway decent. We still have our job, so at least we can go the full 5 years at least, at a minimum. But, man, the Bills are really good this year. Dev traits, I don't even know if we'd have our guys unlocked. Dunlap, 77 star. At least we have a wide receiver 3 now. On the defense side, did we have a hidden dev? I thought we did. Oh, he's superstar. Cool. What's Shakatoi's covers? It's not great. I'm going to move him middle linebacker. Something like that. Something like that long term. We'll go Shakatoni, Anderson. Probably will be our new middle linebackers because obviously we're not bringing back. Do something like this. That's probably getting our best young players on the field. But that's great. Superstar dev. Cool. Happy with that. Very happy with that. Actually, now that I think about it, we had Shakatoni as a scheme fit, as an outside linebacker, if I'm not mistaken, which he is. And then this guy here, not built like an edge. 5'11", 248, he's a run stopper. Even though that's what we're looking for a scheme, we always want to just make a middle linebacker. Hopefully he doesn't tank his rating. He goes from a 77 to 75. I'll take that. There we go. That's probably the more appropriate move to make for our roster. But God, 5 wins. What's going on? Darnold just was almost the best quarterback. It's still not bad numbers. 2nd and 9, top 10 quarterback yet again for Sam Darnold. Le'Veon Bell starting to drop off. 1,000 yards for Lofton. Mims had a little bit of an off year. Mosley just doing what he does best. 7.5 sacks to Niga and Tony. Interceptions are not great. I mean, our secondary is very weak. That is going to be our top priority in this offseason. MVP Josh Allen. What else is new? Any Jets? Any Jets? No, not one Jet. Because we were awful this year. Oh, looking at free agency here. Able to get some corners. A.J. Terrell and Noah Igbinoghene. Both these guys, very reasonable contracts. 82 and 77. That's a huge upgrade considering the drop-off after our now superstar X-Factor Mike Hilton is considerable. And then at center, we needed one, and Tyler Bidash is there. Dallas decided not to re-sign him, so we're kind of filling up our team here with some 2020 free agents, or 2020 draft free agents. For our final draft of the rebuild, I simmed it out. Hopefully they followed my draft board because I didn't really like it much. Oh yeah, we got some okay guys. We needed, Marcus May. While he's superstar dev, he's regressing a lot. So we got Deshaun Bradshaw, 75 hidden dev, safety out of Penn State, 93 speed. Got the pursuit, the hit power. He looks really, really solid. We got a 69 corner, normal dev. And then I simmed out here with my big board. We got Gonzalez, 69 normal. We got a 68 normal, 66 normal. Dev traits aren't great, but hey, we got a nice safety here in our final draft of part 1 of the Jets rebuild. Here we go, year 5. This is, we're a really strong team. 85 overall, 89 offense. Darnold went up to an X Factor last season. Don't know how he did that because I thought you needed to be top 5 in your numbers to do it, and I didn't think he was, but I guess he was, so nice. No other dev traits. We got the computer side Ben Roethlisberger as our backup. But yeah, everything, we got Bidash now at center. This is a really solid offensive line. Defensively, we had a dev trait. Mike Hilton is now a superstar X Factor. One of the best free agency signings I've made in a moment. That's awesome. No changes on the defense. We got Terrell and Igbinoghene in free agency, which is definitely looking pretty good, considering how weak corner was in the draft. Zuniga, Pamphile, Anderson, and Tony make it the linebackers. Bradshaw, going to give him the edge over May, just because, youth and the dev trade and stuff like that is probably going to be a better long-term decision. And we got Jamal Adams edging ever closer to the 99 club. So for year 5, I think it's about as good as you get asked for the Jets. We already have the Super Bowl, shockingly, in year 1. So we're kind of just playing with house money for the remainder of this rebuild. But we'd love to go on a playoff run here to end the episode. The midway point, 3-4, which, it's not great. But the fact that we're tied for first in the division, we're still in it. We are still in it. So contracts, I want to keep Mike Hilton because he's been a little bit of a mini success story for our squad. Fedarian Mathis has been solid at DN, so we'll give him a 5-year deal under $5 million cap hit. Shakatoni's also been fairly goddamn solid for us, so a 4-year deal for him. That's actually probably not worth it, given his level of production, but it is what it is. Vasher, well, I like TJ Vasher. Well, I think he's actually a super underrated wide receiver. We have a lot of depth behind him. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to re-sign him at this point. And I definitely want to keep Adam Anderson here and developing him as a middle linebacker after converting him from more of an edge rusher type role. But yeah, there we go. Happy with the contracts. Let's finish the season out strong and win the division. In year 5 on one hand, 8-8. Should be better than an 8-8 team. But on the other hand, we won the Super Bowl. Last time we made it as an 8-8 team. We got there we go. Our second 8-8 divisional title of the rebuild. Cool. We had the hidden dev on that safety. Kind of want to see what that came out as. Let's see. Probably star. It was Bradshaw up to an 81 star in his rookie season. Looking at our stats. Was it Darnold? Playing well? Played well. 3rd in yards, 30 touchdowns. I'll take it. Le'Veon Bell over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Not bad. Over 1,000 yards, Denzel Mims, 10 touchdowns for Lofton. A great 1-2 punch at wide receiver. Solid year for Herndon. Great numbers for Le'Veon Bell at the backfield as well. Defensively, Terrell, 100 tackles. Please get a dev trait. Adam Anderson, 100 tackles as well. 7 sacks are I mean, we're a 3-4 team, and I didn't cheese it with the Storm scheme change. So we're just, you know, base numbers. That's not bad. That's about what you could expect. As good as you could expect in a normal 3-4. Like Bogdan, 2 interceptions. Cool. We had the number 12 offense. And the number, please don't be 31, 20th. So our defense slowly but surely is getting better. MVP went to Deshaun Watson. AFC, any Jets? Any J, Deshaun Bradshaw is the Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's it. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Would I rather have 5 award winners and not make the playoffs in year 5? No. So we're 8-8, ready to run the gauntlet. We start things off by a team we beat on our Super Bowl run, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, let's go. Good stop defense, holding to a field goal attempt on their opening drive. Love to see Sam Darnold just get 4 touchdowns. Lay it on him. Lay it on him. They're an old secondary at this point. Really got Marlon Humphrey, but they probably still have Marcus Peters slow, Earl Thomas slow. We got speed for days. So we go down 16-7 at half. We start off and open the drive. Get points, down 6. All right, need to start matching them with touchdowns here. Oh, come on. I'll come in we'll come in and finish this drive off. It's gonna be too little, too late. Don't need a streaks. I want to throw it to Lofton here. Oh! 35, got lost. Jamel Dean, who I actually think was DB of the year. Got lost on that one with Lofton, 33 yards. Can we go on a run? Can I get another opportunity? We can. Baltimore had our number. I mean, we're 8-8. We actually play like an 8-8. We can't expect to win 2 Super Bowls by making the playoffs 8-8. Well, maybe you can in the Madden Sim, but Lamar was just too good. 86% completion percentage, 277, 3 touchdowns. I mean, we didn't throw the ball well. We didn't run the ball well. 66 yards for Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, I mean, that's how we'll end it. Might as well just cut her there. Through 5 years, 2 divisional titles, and a Super Bowl for the Jets. We still have a job. So that means we're going to be able to have a part 2, which will be dropping to you guys on Thursday. So, I mean, you know, I guess I could ask, how shocking was that? Maybe not. Maybe shocking is not the right word, because I don't think anything in a Mad Sim should shock you. But that 8-8 Super Bowl win, year 1 with the Jets, that must rival any Super Bowl win we've had in the realistic rebuilds here in Madden 20. I think, anyways. But that does it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching, as always. Smash that like button if you enjoyed. Likes help the old videos go up in the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. We're getting ready for this Madden 21 hike. We'd love to hit 150,000 subs along the way sooner than later. And that'll do it for me today. We'll be back tomorrow, I think, by breaking down the Madden Playbooks blog. Hopefully that means something good for franchise and AI and how they call plays. So hopefully we got some good news from that front. Hopefully maybe we get a little update during the Playbooks thing about what the hell's going on with the franchise. Hashtag Fix Madden Franchise. That'd be pretty cool. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.